Yesterday, I went to the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth Orchestra World Tour in Toronto, and I just really wanted to talk about it and kind of my experience because it was my first time going to anything like this, and I went alone, so I was very stressed out, mainly just about getting there and parking and like what to wear and kind of what to expect from a orchestra world tour, especially from a video game. And I definitely understand now that it just depends on the video game that you're going to. Will kind of depend on the atmosphere that you're walking into, which I didn't really think of that at the time, but now we know. So yeah, basically I just wanted to talk about kind of how it went and kind of what to expect if you were going to an event like this. Because if you're like me, I just had no idea what do I even wear, you know? Like what do I wear? I only took a couple pictures during this, so I'll kind of show what I got, and I did take a little bit of a video of one of the closing songs, which I'll play later. But I figured because it is a video game orchestra and Final Fantasy VII, so I figured there would probably be people in cosplay, either just full cosplay or like a wig or something. And on the other hand, what if we're supposed to dress up? And what if no one does that? And it's like a dressing up type of an event because it's a symphony orchestra. I kind of figured it would be more of that. I wasn't really sure. So this was my fit check, what I wore here to the event. I've got on some blue Vans with some brown jeans that, for the love of God, do not fit me at all. Back in my skinny jean era, and oh my lord, I'm too old for that now. I cannot be wearing these. I will admit, once I was sitting, like the drive up, it was over 2 hours for me because of traffic. I was locked in. I did not feel those pants whatsoever, or my legs. And then at the orchestra, it was not a problem at all. I was not worried about my pants. But yeah, no, they are skinny. And then this shirt I got printed a couple days before the event. I was extremely happy to do this because the merch there was holy shit expensive. They had a plushie of Cloud and a plushie of Sephiroth for $75, like each. If they had a plushie of Zack Fair, I would have bought it. Just putting that out there, I would have bought it. I wouldn't have cared for the amount of money. Also, speaking of merch, there was like a Buster Sword, like light up sword. This is just not that, but there was like a Buster Sword light up sword. Oh, they sold out so fast. And like right before me, like I swear I saw them sell the last one, and I was denied that. And I was sad. But that doesn't mean anything. I wasn't there for the merch. I just was bringing that up because we were talking about what I was wearing. So yeah, I literally wore jeans and a t-shirt, but it was a Final Fantasy t-shirt. That was my whole thing. I'm like, well, I should wear a video game t-shirt of the video game I'm going to go see, and then at least wear some pants, because I was going to wear shorts. I'm like, no, you got to wear pants. It was hot in there though, so. And when I got there, I was not surprised whatsoever, because sure enough, there were people in full-on cosplay, mostly Tifa, which we love to see. A couple Clouds, a few different Aeriths, like different versions of her. Like with Tifa, it was just the one outfit, but I just saw like a bunch of different versions of Aerith. A lot of couples were just fully dressed up, suit and dress. The dude who was sitting beside me was in a full suit, and he had energy, man. He was like probably the most energetic out of anyone there, and we were bumping, we were jiving. It was good. He was good. I liked him a lot. The girls behind us did not, because we were both tall. And he was like taller than I was. I feel really bad for them, and they were not happy. But I'm sorry. I don't know what to do about that. My seat was pretty good. I was like the third row from the back. I was row V. I swear it only went to Y, but I guess that doesn't really matter anyways, because I had a very good seat. If I was a couple forward, like if I was a couple rows forward, I'd be able to see the big chandelier that was up there, or at least more of the ceiling, but that also didn't really matter because, as you can see, there's a nice big screen there which they just played a bunch of the game on. Like there was some gameplay in between a lot of the cutscenes of the songs they were playing, and they didn't necessarily play things in order. They did kind of play things like, well, I don't know, willy-nilly, I guess, just like however. There was some rhyme or reason to it for sure. Like definitely at the ending, the last handful of songs were just the whole like end of the game. And that's another thing. I heard people while I was waiting in the merch line to be denied for my sword. There was this guy who was basically behind me saying, yeah, I was hoping to finish the game before today, but oh well. I was like, oh dude, you're gonna be spoiled so hard. And he was, definitely. So yeah, I guess what I'm really trying to say about that is that you can pretty much wear whatever you want. I saw two guys in Rick and Morty hoodies. That was the only outfit I saw and went, why are you wearing that? I think any seat is a good seat because, especially in this theater, it wasn't that big. It was big, but it wasn't huge. So I feel like any seat was a good seat. I was like a little bit worried about where I was, but unless you have two really tall guys in front of you, I guess any seat is a good seat. Now, what I definitely didn't expect was the audience. Like, I thought we would be a little bit more like moving, bouncing, kind of, I didn't see many people bobbing their heads. I was bobbing my head and tapping my foot like the whole time. The dude beside me was like jamming. And there's even a song that they played where it's like, I don't know what it's called. If you've played Rebirth, you know. It's the whenever you are following a dog, you're doing like a mission that involves a dog. Bow wow wow, bow wow wow, ba 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 da 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 da. Bow wow wow, bow wow wow. I thought everyone would be going bow wow wow, bow wow wow, like all just collectively. But there were not many moments where the whole audience did things collectively. As a matter of fact, during pretty much all of the songs, it was pretty like silent from us. I should have expected that because it was an orchestra, but because it was a video game orchestra, I thought it'd be a little more like interactive, a little more lively. But that's like what I was saying earlier. I guess it really just depends on the game. Like I've seen a lot of footage of Sonic the Hedgehog, like symphony band orchestras or whatever. But that music has a lot more like band style and singers in it. So it's just a different type of atmosphere, different type of show even. Yeah, so this one was not like that at all. But it was still fun. It just wasn't as like interactively fun as I thought it would be. But then again, it is an orchestra. And they were so good. The Toronto Symphony Orchestra was so good. Like they did such a good job of just, because the songs that they basically did one-to-one of the game, it almost sounded like it was just right out of the game, like the game was just playing. But they had a lot of melodies as well, and a lot of different like little renditions of songs, and fuck, they were so good. The way they like slipped in and out to other songs, like when they just on the screen when they're exploring the world, they show they're crossing the river to go to Gongaga. I'm like, here we go. Then all of a sudden it's just like ding. It just slips into the Gongaga theme. It's just so good. They had Aerith's theme going at one point, and it just slipped into like a One-Winged Angel rendition. Fuck, it was awesome. It was so cool. That kind of stuff was really cool. And also a fun little tidbit, the original Final Fantasy VII composer was there, so that was really sick. When they, kind of announced him and everyone clapped and he came in, he just like kind of ran in and got into his seat. Yeah, so even though he kind of just came in, it was still crazy to be like, Nobu, oh my god. That's so fucking crazy. So to give you some idea about how like the visuals complement the orchestra and how the orchestra sounds in general, I'll play like 30 seconds of what I've got. I was only able to record like a minute. Nobody took their phones out to record anything, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do that either. But on the last song, I said I wanna get a piece of this, because I always want to be able to look back on just a little bit of a piece. So I'll play that real quick here. So there's not that much else to it. Like, I had such a good time. It was something that I did on my own. I got advertised for this event months ago, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna go. Like, I'll have to go alone. I don't really want to go alone. Not that I'll have to go alone, but I don't have any major like Final Fantasy fans. Well, actually, my one buddy probably would have appreciated it, but I just felt like I have one buddy in Sweden. I was like, that's the guy who needs to come with me. He's a huge Final Fantasy VII fan. So I just felt like I couldn't bring anyone else. So I just didn't really think of going. I wasn't going to go alone. And then as it got close to the event and I was very aware of it, I ended up looking at the tickets. There were like 2 tickets left. And I said, fuck it. And I bought one 4 days beforehand. Then the day after I went and got that shirt printed. And I'm very glad I did, because it's a sick shirt. I just saved money doing that anyways, so it's kind of funny. So yeah, if you were going to an event like this and you were curious about the vibe or what to wear, if there's going to be merch, there was drinks and stuff like that, so you could also get any of that and snacks. Or if you just wanted to see how the orchestra sounded, I hope that this video helped. I had a great time and I just wanted to share that. Subscribing to the channel and liking the video are the easiest and freest ways to support me, and just let me know you kind of like the content. I've been making a lot of movie, game, and anime reviews, and I honestly have a lot more coming down the pipe. So that's kind of the direction I'm going in. I still got to finish my Elden Ring DLC run, which I'm only a couple episodes done out of that. And then I'll get back to finishing my Rebirth run, or editing my Rebirth run, I should say, because I have finished it. And well, until next time, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. And always remember, I will never be a memory.